All right, all you writers out there, it is time to learn everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a great book. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, co-founder of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and I'm here with our superstar author, Joanie Lindenmeyer. We go live every Friday to talk about everything you need to know to become a best-selling author. Joanie, it's so good to see you.
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Good to see you too. And I love your background today. I think that's real, not a phony thing. That looks real.
Nope, I am downtown Cleveland at the convention center. I'm at the National Association of Black Journalists convention where I did a workshop on how to become a ghostwriter and start your own publishing company. And there were about 50 people there, and journalists already have the skills to write books. And it was so well received. They're just super inspired. And it was such a blessing to contribute my knowledge and expertise to an organization that I absolutely love. I co-founded the chapter, the student chapter, when I was in college, and I was president of the Detroit chapter at one point. And this organization has blessed me with lifelong friends, and I've enriched my mind so much, even at this conference. So I'm glad to be here and grateful we get to still do our podcast, Joni.
Yes, all the above. Oh my gosh, that's so fun when you can connect with longtime, lifetime friends
Yeah,
and your career and
yeah,
everything else that inspires. And you're an
yeah.
inspiration. So
Oh, thank
holy
you.
moly. Oh boy.
Thank you. So walking down the hallway here today and yesterday and the day before, and people stop me and say there came to my workshop and they said it was a game changer. That I have no words to describe how good that feels that I said something, shared something that helped them. It's awesome.
Right, right.
And
And
so
that's
many
what you
here.
do.
Yeah, oh, thanks. You do too, Joni. So today we're going to talk about the power of networking for writers. So I'll just share, obviously, here, thousands of journalists from everywhere, people from all the major news agencies. This morning session had people from CNN, CBS, National News, the New York Times, the Washington Post. So networking with your peers is so important as a writer because first you learn and grow. And secondly, you expand your network. And when it's time to promote your book, that is where the gold lies. So, Joni, I'm going to share more about my networking, but you as an author, you network everywhere you go. Can you talk about that?
Yes, and I've done that for years, and I take it back to my sports days in high school and college, where you network with other team players on other teams, and church, you network with all kinds of people at church. So it's been my lifehood of networking, and friends are just really, really precious, and the friendships develop stronger and stronger, which is way, way cool. And then, of course, in this author world, which is brand new to me, you figure it's only been 2.5, 3 years. I'm now able to meet other writers, other people in the business world of books, and it's eye-opening, and to hang around with people that are other authors and see what they've done and see what they've accomplished, and just get their tips, and just key in with what has happened in their life inspires me
Uh,
to want to be more and to do more and to speak more and to wherever that is going to go, which I think is going to go bigger and better.
yeah,
And
always.
I think that's how I met you and Catherine. It
Right,
was from
right,
networking because of Dan,
right,
you
right. At
know?
the Chamber of Commerce in Ashland, Oregon. My sister,
Yes.
Amber, and then Daniel, your godson, he knew my sister talking about writing and publishing. Then, oh my goodness, my godmother Joni, she must write her book. And then you and I connected. So that is the power of networking. Absolutely. Yes.
You bet. And
And
I guess the way I look at it, Elizabeth, I don't look at it as what can it do for me? It's how can I help somebody else? And if I take my eyes off of myself and put it onto somebody else, then it just becomes 1,000 fold, because it comes back to you in other ways that you don't have a clue how
yeah.
that happens, but it does.
Uh-huh. Yes. So for you, especially now you have a syndicated radio program on the NPR networks syndication that started from you being out there. You did 10 prides last year. You're always at events in multiple states. You travel so much. And so it all has a pebble in a pond ripple effect where you go to one place, you meet people, you impress them, you speak. They're like, oh, come speak here. And now you have a radio program and you are What's the other things you're invited to so many things, Joni, and it's all because of the power of networking and being open to it. Like here, for example, I just talk to people in the bathroom, in line for coffee, everywhere, and everybody's open to it. And it's the best thing. You meet people like, hi, I'm Elizabeth. Hi, I'm Michael. Hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. And there were just church bells ringing. I don't know if you could hear it, but it was beautiful
No.
for like 4 minutes because I'm downtown Cleveland. There must be a church, or that tower might have church bells. I don't know. Anyway, Joni, so do you do it like with intention, like, oh, I'm going to go here and meet people, or you just organically, naturally do it?
Both. I do both because if I'm invited, like lately, I was invited to the local business women's group. And so I went to that. That was really, really cool. But that was an invitation. And then other times, like you said, it's just saying hi or carrying my backpack or wherever I am. I whip out a card or I just whip out a smile or I whip out my beautiful colors that I'm wearing.
Yeah,
And lo and behold, that triggers something in somebody.
yeah.
And yeah.
So that's cool that you just said card because I have my two sisters' business cards. I brought a huge stack of them here. And then it has a QR code to our website where people can learn more and my phone number and email. And then I also have postcards that show some of our books, including your best-selling memoir, None Better, and then Joyously Free and Healing Religious Hurts. So I gave this out, which also has a QR code to go visit our website and buy the books. And then for my goddess books, I have those here on this postcard and then a QR code, of
Nice.
course, to go purchase those. So, Joni, you need tools, but guess what? Almost all the people here, I'm like, do you have a card? No, I have a digital card. So you just hold your phone up and it like shoots their info into your phone. And it's a digital business card. So you got to be prepared to share your information quickly. I like paper things and people like them too. There's a visual, there's a tactile experience, but more and more everything is digital. In fact, the program for the whole conference is on an app. There used to be
Woohoo!
a booklet that you could mark up. Oh, I'm gonna go to this workshop and this luncheon, etc. But no, everything changes. So stay abreast of the latest networking techniques. But nothing else matters more than a handshake, looking directly in the eye, saying your name with confidence, engaging in the conversation, asking curious questions. Yes, yes, that's what really um is golden. Yeah.
Yes. No,
So,
I so agree with everything you just said. That is phenomenal. And even at the Episcopal convention every year, I went last time in October, and they are going much more digital. Even our voting on the different things that come up, it's all
oh,
by an app, it's all
uh-huh.
by voting. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
guys,
Oh
you have to
man.
stay abreast, like not be intimidated by the technology because you'll be left behind, period.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So, Joni, for writers out there who want to network with your specific genre, when I first started writing books, I wanted to be a romance writer. So I joined Romance Writers of America. I would go to the monthly meetings in Metro Detroit. There were probably 40, 50 women there writing romance novels, some of whom were very successful. So I would learn the business from them, what acquisition editors are accepting books at what publishing houses, what agents were good to represent you for romance novels. And people would bring their rejection letters and share the pros and cons of what they were doing. And it was, and celebrations. And then people formed little critique groups. So they would have a little, like 4 or 5 people share their work and network. It was beautiful. And then I became the newsletter editor. So I really contributed and I got to know people better. So whatever your genre is, if you're writing Westerns or romance or memoir or sci-fi, whatever it is, network with people in that specific genre so you can learn what are the trends in the publishing industry, whether you're self-published or with a hybrid like us or with the big five in New York. So that's really, really important. Do you have any words on that? Like Joni, like LGBTQ plus authors should network with other LGBTQ plus authors. There might be specific issues or topics that they can share and talk about. Any pointers for the authors out there, Joni?
I think you just hit the nail on the head because it's whatever your passion is, you can connect with other people with the same passions, whether
Yeah.
it's LGBTQ or romance or church or whatever the topics are. And it doesn't have to be just one topic. It can be many. many. So maybe the romance is about beaches, or maybe it's about queer people, or maybe it's about elderly romance, or
Yeah.
who knows what it may lead to. But there are different genres, and yes, so cool.
hmm So just as a side note, this convention, the organization has an LGBTQ plus task force that does specific workshops. I'm going to go to one of them this afternoon. And one of the people who's running for vice president is a trans person. So it's very inclusive and celebratory and embracing everybody, which I just love. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love about going to gatherings is in the queer world, we love to make sure our pronouns are correct with people. So I was at a meeting this last week that was not LGBTQ centered, but at the same time, when we went around the table and introduced ourselves, it was really important to say she, her, and that freed up other people to say who they were and what pronouns. A lot of people didn't understand it and they don't get it, but that's an identity thing. And when you can address somebody by name or by who they really are, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, yes, it does. It does. And just to feel the love when you're with your peers in a specific area, whether it's gay people or Black journalists, or there's an Asian journalist, Native American journalist, Hispanic journalist, LGBTQ plus journalists association. So being with your peers, like at the romance writers, and oh, I went to the national conference once or twice. Oh my gosh, all like thousands of women writing romance novels with workshops and agent editor appointments and the conferences that you can go to as a writer to connect with the resources that you need, whether you're looking for a literary agent or trying to find out editors that are acquiring your specific type of writing. Really invaluable, wonderful investment. You might have to travel, pay a registration fee, hotel, airfare, whatever. Go, because you could
Yes,
get your book deal there and
yes.
learn so much about the industry. It's really important. So for authors like you, Joanie, who publish with us, we're a hybrid publisher at Two Sisters Writing and Publishing. You don't really have to worry about that kind of stuff. But for you authors out there who really want a big five publishing deal, especially in a specific genre like romance or westerns or sci-fi, you really need to know what's going on in the industry. What are the trends? Um, and even if you're an Amazon self-published author, you still need to understand what's going on and in the industry for Amazon self-published authors. And so there's actually an Amazon booth here at the job fair. I didn't go to it. I didn't know if, what it was about, but they're recruiting people. So yeah, really network with your people. It is
Exactly.
invaluable. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly. And that's something you and Catherine have taught me from day one, that you're not all the answers. I don't have all the answers, and that there are more answers out there to make it fit who you are, and I haven't been to a big convention like you are right now for journalism, but I have been to Eugene authors, and there was, I think, a total of 75 authors at this great big symposium. And then Paulina Springs and Sisters, Oregon had an author event. And so even locally, we're hoping to plan something for this year. I think there's 4 local authors right here in town, and
Nice.
I know 3 out of the 4. So it's like we start small wherever you are, and then you can expand and go bigger and bigger. And I love how you talked about registration or investment, because if it really is your thing, if you're a sports person, you need to go to a summer camp, you need
Yeah.
to have a coach, you need to have all these things. And again, I relate it to sports, and this is just another way of saying, hey, look, here's my coach and she's learning more, which will then in tune help me as a
Yeah.
person too,
Yeah.
and so it's
Yeah.
just a ripple effect. So the more that I see you out there and Catherine out there doing your thing with other people, it's like, I definitely know I'm on the right track with Two Sisters Writing. I
Oh.
definitely know that.
Thank you, Joni. Thank you so much. So,
Yeah, I look at it. That's how I look at it.
yes, thank you. So, speaking
Yes.
of sports, Stephen A. Smith is streaming his show live here. I tried to get in, but it was full. The fire marshal wouldn't let anybody else in, but it was streaming live here. Stephen A. Smith from ESPN, and they have a booth at the job fair too. So, networking, I mean, if you could meet somebody like that at an event, and you never know if they could mentor you or, give you some words of wisdom. So yeah, if you're a sports writer, you're writing books. We have 2 authors who wrote books about the Detroit Lions. So, networking with sports people, sports fans, because they're going to buy your books. So really important. Connect the dots and don't be scared. You cannot be shy. And I also, Joni, I went to a workshop this morning moderated by Michelle Miller. She's a longtime friend of mine, and she's an anchor at CBS Morning News, and she's amazing. And we met at this organization in 1990 in Los Angeles. Amazing. So I was a reporter at the San Diego Tribune at the time. So that's your hometown. So there's everything
Yes.
connected. But she moderated a panel about social media using TikTok,
Oh,
using YouTube Shorts, using Instagram. And there were very prominent journalists on there talking about how they leverage the power of social media to provide a softer side of who they are outside of the newsroom. It was so
nice.
fascinating. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And I love that world. In fact, I just posted today my SOU, Southern Oregon University Lavender graduation video.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just
That was so
posted that
good.
on YouTube today. So
Uh-huh.
Joyously Joni YouTube, you can see that on there. But when you talk to people in the TV industry or the social media industry, it's like a picture is worth 1,000 words. And so when they can have a picture and or music or something to go with it. And I know you're really good at posting stuff as well on Goddess Power and all the other Instagram and things that you do. Thinking back, Elizabeth, do you think you'll ever be an anchor on TV? It'd be fabulous to be a famous
Oh.
anchor on TV.
You're sweet, Joni. I think that train has left the station. I never know. You never know. I do have the mental health TV show in Michigan that's been on the air for 10 years, My Healthy Mind. You can go to mihealthymind.com and watch all the episodes on YouTube talking about mental health. Two of my interviews were nominated for Emmy Awards, and I did study broadcast at Columbia's journalism school for my master's degree, which is the top journalism school and in the world. And so in New York City. So I do TV, and I think that now on YouTube with you and my Good Morning Goddess videos on my Goddess Power YouTube channel, I do it. I'm using those skills in a different way to talk about
Yes.
writing and publishing as well as women's empowerment. So thank you for that endorsement. But I'm really happy with what I'm doing as an entrepreneur. And that was one thing I emphasized to the aspiring ghostwriters at the workshop is that when you start your own company, you have a lot of freedom, a lot of freedom. Like I didn't have to check in with anybody to come to Cleveland for 3, 4 days. I just left and I can still handle my business. Can you hear the alarms?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I guess that, okay. Sorry about the noise, but I am downtown Cleveland, so there's traffic. But the freedom to be your own boss is something that a lot of people crave because when you're a journalist, you're in the newsroom, it's a grind, there's deadlines, it's stressful, it's hectic, it's high pressure, it's an adrenaline rush every day. I love it, but then you can burn out and you want something else. So this is the way to level up and level transition into another uh, type of career. So anyway, very exciting. Anything else about networking, Joni?
Think it's all about making connections with other people to help them. And in return, it helps you. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I can remember back in the day, the biggest thing I ever learned as a nun, after church, when you're at the coffee and donuts kind of thing, and you're just chatting with everybody in the hall, is I was taught to go up to every single table and say hi. They knew me, but I didn't know them. And it
Okay.
was my responsibility and my privilege to go and say hi and meet them. And I think that's the biggest part of networking is
Nice.
being bold, being inquisitive of who they are and thinking about what their story is.
I
And
love
I'm
it.
so grateful for that nun, that nun wonderful knowledge that I learned by doing
Yes.
that.
Beautiful, Joni. Beautiful. I love it. Well, you are a power networker because you just do it naturally. I mean, people are drawn to you. I remember watching you at Motor City Pride. You would just go up to people. There was this like river of people going past our booth when we released Joyously Free. And you would just go up to people and chat. And pretty soon I look over and you're blessing them and they're hugging you and they're buying books. And it's just beautiful. So you have it naturally, but not all authors do. They're terrified. Like if you're an
Yeah.
introvert and writers often are introverts, you just have to flex that courage and confidence and get out there because books will not sell themselves. So
That's
networking is
true.
key. Yeah. Okay, Joni,
That's
I'm going to go into a luncheon and I'm so grateful that we got to do this on location, live from Cleveland with you in Oregon. The marvels of technology just blow my mind every day. So I hope you
yes.
have an amazing day. Any final words?
Nope. I wish you the most incredible continued weekend with your networking and your friend, everything that's going on. I can see the glow in your face, and just let it rip because you're the best. You're the
Oh, you're the
best.
best. So thank you, Joni. I think we make a great
Thank
team.
you.
So you're welcome. So all you writers out there, please go to twosisterswriting.com. I'm a book coach. I help Joni write her best-selling memoir, None Better, which you can get at twosisterswriting.com. You can learn about my coaching services, and I'd love, love, love to help you write your book and publish your book. So please visit twosisterswriting.com. Go look at all the shows we've done over the episodes we've done over the past more than 2 years here on the Two Sisters Writing and Publishing channel. Share this with aspiring authors, and we wish you happy reading and happy writing. We'll see you next week.
You got it. Love you bunch.